Welcome back, everyone, to Pontus Fathom Hobbies. This is Season 9, Episode 9 of Tainted Grail, Fall of Avalon. We are playing through Chapter 10 and trying to retrieve the stone cutter tools that King Arthur had used in the Mist of Tautuan to build the actual Menhir. So Menhir also featured on the board. We're actually losing this Menhir in a round, so we can light him up. We've got this Menhir as well. I think this Menhir will also allow us to have this card at the side, which is good because our next, we are moving on to Chapter 10, Part 2, and it says the Maw of the Earth. So last round we were able to get the Stoneshaper's tools. We completed Chapter 1, Part 1. Now we're on to Chapter 10, Part 1. Now we're doing Chapter 10, Part 2. Place this card on top of the active quest pile. You have the tools and Orin claims to have the knowledge, but you still need a suitable material to work with. Druids who tended to menhirs used a particularly light gray weird stone that was mined east of Farshire. So here's Farshire, here's east of Farshire, and Devastation again. I believe this is where the Tautan was back in Chapter 8. So our quest is gain the pristine Weirdstone secret card and bring it to Orin. Hint, you may earn the secret by searching the mines under the Devastation. If you have the Reclamator status, place the Chapter 10 Part 3 card on top of the event deck. Reclamator status. Do we have Reclamator status? Let's check. Reclamation status. We do not have Reclamation status. So let's go ahead and try to gain the pristine Weirdstone. But before we do, quick message from our sponsor. Pontus Fathom Hobbies is brought to you by the books that we produce. We've got a channel, Pontus Fathom Press, where we're putting out a number of podcasts. We've got those podcasts collected in a lecture series. You can go check out the bookstore link down below. The key one is Esoteric Dragon Mysteries, Decoding the Dragon Symbol and Myth in the Occult. We deep dive into the dragon in the Grail, which touches on the Pendragons, Alchemy and the Dragon with Tolkien and George R.R. Martin, Tiamat and the Dragon, Saturn and the Dragon and the Cross, even the Dragon and the UFO Mystery. We've also got our Catu Journals 6-volume set, Hermeticism of Hastur, Genealogy of Cthulhu. We've collected those as an omnibus edition. This is a must for any Lovecraft fan. Finally, we've got the Alchemy and Anthroposophy in the Dune Saga, a deep dive into Jungian alchemy and anthroposophical themes in Frank Herbert's classic work, and then Artificial Psychoanalysis of Desiring Machines. Go check out our bookstore in the link below. You can check out our Patreon, stay across all of our gameplay in A Song of Ice and Fire, our miniature painting, and our new miniature makeover series. And let's get back into the game. Thanks for watching. Okay, so let's get into Chapter 9. We're going to move into the Devastation. We can do an active to mine otherworldly minerals. Instead, I will just take a movement point here. Let's read a little bit about Devastation, and we'll try to search for the Weirdstone. So 139. That's nice that they give us the hint right there. So Devastation, it says, this place remained out of the protective range of a menhir for a very long time. The results are plain to see. The land is rippled and furrowed like an old man's brow. The trees grow upside down from the solidified waves of rock and dirt. A stream boils on one end and freezes on the other end. So it's total chaos in wherever these mists come in. You can't help but wonder whether this is how all of Avalon looked when it was completely enveloped by the primal weirdness some 600 years ago. So our options are descend into the mine, search the dwellings, or leave. So let's see. I think we've also been here before. I can't really quite remember what we did last time, but I think I'm just going to descend into the mine. So go to verse... no, maybe I'm going to search the dwellings. I'm going to search the dwellings. I think I did descend into the mine last time. I will descend into the mine. You enter the shadows. Roll a die, add your, and check your results. 4, 7, 8. So our results are, I have the adventurer's kit. We both have an adventurer's kit, so we can add that as well. Adventurer's kit. So we get 8. 8 says, the corridors twist ever deeper and deeper into the ground. Finally, you reach a place where this ancient mining shaft crosses paths with something even older. If you're playing chapter 6 or 7, go to verse 3. If you're playing chapter 10, go to... Okay, let's see what we'll go to. Here it is. 1, 5, 8, 158. So we go to 158. In the Book of Secrets. Okay, the work is grueling, even with appropriate tools. So we're like in the mine, actually. So the work is grueling, even with appropriate tools. Finally, you mine a block that seems about as large as Orin requested. Now your only problem is getting this heavy slab into the long barrow. Oh, place the pristine weird... Ah, we got it. Place the pristine weird stone secret card. 14. Put this here for 1 second. Pristine weird. So we've got the pristine weirdness card, but we have to get it back to long barrow, which is all the way up here. So pristine weird stone. It says pay 2 energy per player to move the pristine weird stone. All parties remember from current location to any... Oh! Pay 2 energy per player to move the pristine weird stone and all party members from your current location to any connected location. Whoa, so we can just pay and it will get us there? Is that how it works? New task, deliver the weird stone to Orin. Hint, the block can be moved from one location to other only using the action on its secret card. If the location with the block leaves play, leave the block on the location card, then come back into play together and you'll reveal the location again. So it says pay 2 energy per player to move the pristine weird to any connected location. So we can move it like anywhere we want to it that's connected. Except if the blocks disappear, we have to go back to the last place. So I am going to... Okay, yeah, so we can go... So I guess we can move 2, 2, 2, 2. Let's move it up to 1, 2, up to Underwall for now. And then we can end our turn here. And then I think we can move forward. So let's see, do we have a dream in Underwall? Underwall is 131. We'll have to heal up, unless we go into exhausted. No, I think we should stay where we are with that. Okay, so yeah, we can get to Long Barrow in the next round, I believe. Let's just see if we're in Underwall. No, there's no dream in that space. Okay, so that's just about going to do it. So what we'll do is... I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have us heal up and we'll go into the next turn. So I will spend food and we'll heal up here with this Menhir. I'm going to put us back up to here, up to here. And we will reset the turn. Well, this will be the last round for this Menhir. So we're on actually the next day. But what we're going to do is we're going to go 2, 4, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we are exhausted, but we're able to move the result into pristine weirdstone. Bring it back to... If you have the redemption status, place chapter 3 on this. So let's bring it back to there. It says... Okay, so if we go back to... this is Long Barrow, 151. 151 long barrel, far point, Fern C, long barrel. It says deliver the pristine. Okay, so long barrel says a long cairn rises from the gates of hell, provides a resting place for the hundreds of warriors who perished in the age of legends. To seal the conquest of Avalon by destroying the holy capital of their enemies, the four dwellers never yielded, and the humans eventually gave up. Arthur ordered a watchtower built atop the graves of his soldiers. The tower stands as a sobering reminder that humans are holding in Avalon are far from safe. So we've gone through this before. This is where we started this chapter, but now it says we have to deliver the pristine weirdstone. Requires secret card 14 on this location. We've got the pristine weirdstone. It's on this location. Let's go ahead to verse 7. Okay, it says, Orin directs you to bring the stone to his study. Locks the door and gets to work, chiseling the stone with surprising strength. Thanks for your help. Soon a rough outline of a hooded figure emerges. As you work, he educates you about menhirs. So now we're learning to build menhirs. There's much of which you were not aware. For one, the menhirs are older than our presence in Avalon. They existed here since the time the four dwellers themselves barely remember, though they had a different purpose back then. You wouldn't comprehend without years of study in the dark arts. So let's say the war between humanity and the four dwellers is more than just a military conflict. It's a war of worlds unable to coexist. To them, our world is one of the vilest places imaginable, though at the same time, they are fascinated by it. The four dwellers experimented with our reality, just like our necromancers and witches experiment with other planes of existence. Merlin used this to his advantage. When everything was ready, Orin turns back to you. For the first time, you see fear in his wrinkled face. There's just one thing left, a final price to pay. One life will imbue the stone with living essence to keep the door behind the realms ajar. Offer your own life or let him proceed. I want to say this has got to have some kind of sacrifice to it. I'm sure this is a trick, so I'm going to go with offer your own life. It's 5. Okay. Because, this has happened before to us, so we're not going to really die, right? But let's see, maybe one of us has to die, and it'll be Maggot, I guess. Okay, it says, Orin shakes his head with a sad smile. I appreciate this, I do. But if you haven't noticed yet, you're not as mundane as you think you are. Your life essence is unlike any I've ever seen. Unruly, resilient. It will not remain bound. It will find a way to leave the stone and return to the world. No, it must be me. Each party member gains 1 terror and 1 experience point. So we also gain an experience. I've got to grab some more cards from the experience pile. Go to verse 533. As Orin prepares to finish the ritual, he has one last thing to say. You will be alone soon, wielding a power no one else in Avalon has. I will not be there to guide you, so for the sake of everything that happened, please put this power to good use. He sighs and continues. People of your town trusted in Camelot. Camelot trusted in Arthur and the Grail. But it all led to naught. They were all mistaken. We shouldn't look for our salvation behind us in kings of old or forgotten relics. We shouldn't repeat the cycles of old. The only hope is ahead, hidden somewhere among the secrets of this island. Please make good use of your time and tools, and maybe this fall of Avalon won't be the end of us all. Orin hugs you warmly and then reclines on the rough menhir-like shape. A sharp knife flashes. Blood quickly leaves the old man's bodies and drains into the stone. Soon you are alone with a faintly glowing, ominous menhir before you. Each character gains 1 terror. Whoa, our terror is pretty high right now. And 2 experience. Discard card 14 and gain card secret card 15. So we discard this 14 card. Is discarded and we gain 15, which is what? Card 15 we gain. 15, it says the crude menhir. So we've got the crude menhir. This card does not have to be in the active Menhir range, so we'll give this to, we'll give it to Maggot. And it says, congratulations, you've completed this chapter. Wow, great. Okay, discard all event cards, including active quests. Then save your game or draw a Chapter 11 setup card and follow its instruction to begin the next chapter. So that's going to do it, guys. We've wrapped up Chapter 10. Orin has sacrificed himself. We've gained the crude Menhir, which is kind of cool. It's like, maybe there's like a traveling Menhir. I'll have to read up on it. So we can always have this as a rough Menhir. Like when we need an emergency Menhir, I think we can use this. But correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments. Okay, guys, thanks a lot for watching. As usual, like and subscribe. Ring the bell if you want to get notified when we get to Chapter 11. And thanks for watching. This has been a great one. We'll see you in the next chapter. Take care. Bye-bye.